Almost 2 years ago, we left it all behind for a chance at the sailing adventure of a lifetime.
It has not been smooth sailing since then, but together we are learning and laughing our way through.
Our hope is that if we laugh long enough, we can make our merry way around the world.
And this
is a Millennial Falcon. Woken up early to drop my mum off at the airport. I found us a prime parking space. So it's a quick short walk from here, just up a hill. It's funny because my mum yesterday too was saying, she's like, oh, it's not very often you get dropped off on a boat to the airport. Like, that's very true. So I'm back on the boat. That was a very, very interesting exit from that beach. To do on my own, it was not easy. I have many more bruises now than I usually do. But we are ready now to just go around the corner. What my mum did leave as a little leaving present, I guess. She went to the chandlery, the boat chandlery here in Tyrrell Bay, and she ordered some seats for us. She said, "This is your Christmas present. We're gonna go pick them up now, around at Tyrrell Bay."
First we're going to make our boat look a little bit less like a Chinese laundry. Fleet. If you would be so kind as to unstring your delicates before we pull into the most crowded anchorage in Grenada. Hi Noni!
Her little plane just took off, I just saw it. It's one of these teensy tiny little like 4-man island planes. And I just saw it taking off down for Grenada. So Ads and I have been having a conversation over the last few weeks that we really notice when my family come to visit, and this has happened twice now, it really makes you kind of feel like you're on holiday too, I guess. You know, you understandably take a break from the boat work, from you know, obviously episodes starting to happen, but you work a lot less and you start to feel like you're on holiday with your family. And it's been really, really nice for us to have that little break to actually enjoy being on holiday, remember what it's like, and you know, put down the boat tools and stuff, and actually to get and be on holiday. Seeing someone else's reaction to, you know, when we went snorkeling in Tobago Keys, it was like the best snorkeling ever. And seeing my mum's reaction to the turtles, to the wildlife, to the fish, was like, she was so excited. She was just amazed by it. It makes you go back to basics and be like, and look at it from her eyes. And you know, when she's like, oh my goodness, I saw the biggest fish and it had the most ugliest face, and you're like, yeah, they really do, don't they? You know, in relation to this, we're talking right now about pufferfish.
Like
they scare the crap out of me every time. They just stare at you with these big googly eyes.
They look like they've done something wrong.
Massive faces.
They've been caught doing something wrong all the time. They've just got these big bug eyes and they're like, and their mouth is like pursed. So I've got to stop and smell the roses.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah. So no, this has been a very good lesson.
One more
for
metaphor
us.
and that's the hat trick. Cut your nose up to spite your face. There you go. That's 3.
Plenty more fish in the air. Plenty more fish in the
So yes, we've just put a hook in down in Tyrrell Bay. We've run out of bread, run out of eggs, pretty much anything resembling food. We're both starving, but we have to sit here and wait for a minute because the holding on the outer edge of Tyrrell Bay is a bit iffy. The anchor took a really good bite, so I'm quite sure we have held, but we just need to watch as it's too early for an anchor beer, as the previous owner Harry would say. He's like, whenever you put down a hook, you need to have the time it takes to drink a beer to make sure you're not dragging.
Already had our 2 cups of coffee, so that one's out as well.
I'm 2 coffees deep and I don't like tea this late in the day, so I'm just going to have to sit here.
And then?
And then we're going to go ashore, we're going to get breakfast, we're going to get some supplies to get us through the rest of the day, or a couple of days. We're going to go over to the yard over yonder, where they bring in parts from Island Waterworld, or the chandleries in Grenada main island, where we have our chairs and Lucy lights waiting.
Chairs! Yay! We won't need to sit in the darkness, hunched up in the darkness at night time
we'll
anymore.
have the lights. I was going to say, it'll still be darkness just because you're on a chair, but we'll have the Lucy lights too. So yeah, I won't have to sit like hunched up between, like this is, believe it or not, this is the most comfortable position in this cockpit. And if you're lucky, you can jag a cushion. But like over time, you just, really, it's not a place you'd spend a long time. So on passage, it's quite awkward. And then your choices are to slouch down, in which case your neck is at like a 90-degree angle. So you end up with a thumping headache or a sore neck or a sore back or all of the above. So those chairs will hopefully make living life in the cockpit a lot more comfortable.
Lads, we're like normal people. We have things, we have fancy things, we have nice things.
Cool, I'm going to charge them up without them blowing away.
Yep.
And this beast. Now that I'm sat here on this chair, I'm like, yeah, so? Like it's not a big thing.
Oh really?
Because I don't know why. It's like, well, sitting in a chair is not a big thing, but it's like sitting in a chair at that particular spot. So it's that, or it's this.
Your head looks so uncomfortable.
The difference is, it's a subtle difference, but it really does make a difference.
I was thinking the other day that it reminded me of a book that we were reading about. It was Lynn and Larry party book. I think it's Champagne Cruising on a Beer Budget. But I really liked it. Adam really liked that book too. They said that anything that they needed on their cruising, they would write down on a list. Any upgrades or improvements that they thought they needed. And then every time they thought they needed the same thing, they'd write it down again on the list. And if the item or the upgrade came on the list more than 3 times, they would then purchase it. And I can't tell you how many times we've said we need outdoor lights and seats. Like every chandlery store that we've gone into, we look at them like with rose tinted glasses with hearts in our eyes, and we're like, oh, we just need those seats. Those seats would just be so amazing. So 1.5 years later, we finally have the seats.
One of them.
Yes, one seat, yeah.
I don't want to know.
What is it, Ads?
I just jumped in and I like swam around, came up, and I was like, what's that floating in the water? I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but it could be a dirty great turd.
The downside to being in such a busy
It's that time of day. We're at the back of the anchorage. Anyway, it's good for the immune system.
So, swimming has been postponed because Adam saw something floating in the water. So, we're gonna head to shore now, and we're going to get some supplies and head over to Sandy Island, where we can then go for a swim in slightly cleaner water. Yes.
There's no aqua turds.
Aqua turd.
Having loaded up on enough supplies for a few days, we made the short hop around the corner to Sandy Island. morning, the sunshine was out in force, so we jumped straight into the water to explore the reef on the north side of the island.
Oh, this is nice, isn't it?
It's one of my happy places in the Caribbean. I've got a few more actually after the last 2 weeks. Yeah, this is definitely among them. Tobago Keys and Salt Whistle Bay. Those are happy places for me. I feel like they're very authentic. Authentic, that's how I'll describe it. Put the meat on for a bit. Woo! It's really hot. Fire is hot. In other news, water is wet.
Oh my god!
There we go.
Oh, I don't think that's the best way to fry chicken as. Trying to set it alight.
No, it's just the oil dripping down. This is the kind of service everyone can expect on a Millennial Falcon trans-Caribbean voyage. It's like a try. It's like a try before you buy kind of thing, you know. We have no qualifications whatsoever. Neither will you when you buy your boat. So this is what you're in for.
Dirty brown,
it's the most
blackened
authentic
chicken.
Caribbean cruising experience you can buy. Comes with a
meal
side of
in once a
salmonella
year.
and some bony ass turkey, fresh from a Grenadian supermarket, made with reverse osmosis water and St. Martin oil, olive oil.
And what spices?
I don't know. Cumin, paprika, garlic, nutmeg,
Oh, nutmeg.
olive oil, on allspice.
Are you just listing all the spices that you know the names of?
No. It's all the ones you yelled out to me when I said, yeah, what do I put on the turkey?
Oh my god, what's happening? Adam, that is our food, you know. Jesus.
It's just a little grease fire. Salmonella cannot survive above 200 Fahrenheit. Celsius.
Oh, how about how about smoke inhalation?
What do you want me to do? It's on fire now. Alright, I'll turn off the fire. Let's simmer down. Simmer down, barbecue. Simmer down. I'm saving on gas, is what I'm doing. Cruising tip: if you bathe the fat of your corpses and let it drip down into the drip pan, it'll catch fire and you can turn the gas off and it will continue to cook. Cost cutting initiative at number 572 from Sailing Millennial Falcon. Don't ever say I'm not looking for ways to save money, alright? Thing too.
What kind of an Australian are you? You can't do a barbecue, come on.
I can as well.
Really? Shut it, you don't need to see it.
Yeah. If in doubt, hide the evidence and hope for the best.
So we are going to go to and have a barbecue today. Some guy has just come by our boat and he said if we want to buy some fish, red snapper, for like 15 EC for £1, and we were like, yeah, right, go on then. We haven't had some fish for a while, and we're not allowed to. Apparently, we are not as locals allowed to fish here, especially not since we're in a marine park too. So we're gonna head over, have a little fire, and cook some fish on the fire. Because I need to use up a bunch of things, I'm gonna make a few sides with it, and I'm gonna try my hand at some damper as well, which is kind of an Australian version of bread. I think when in the outback they didn't have a lot of yeast and a lot of ingredients to make bread with, so this was their version of making bread from stuff you kind of have around the place. So I'm going to try making that as well on the campfire later today.
We are allowed to fish.
Are we?
You're allowed to fish in Grenada, it's just this is a marine park.
Oh, I didn't realise, I thought the locals were only allowed to fish.
And having said all that, the bloke who's selling us the fish, probably the guy I saw fishing off the back of the marine protected island over there yesterday.
Fish guy has not appeared. There is still light in the day and I'm going to eagerly wait for him. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good. We may just have bread for dinner. It's our fish, it's our fish! Yes, we got fish! Now to see whether he's really a red snapper.
No, I think that is a red snapper.
Yeah.
It's actually a legit
Red snapper?
Yeah.
Middle.
Looks good to me.
Ta-da!
Finally, somebody with an actual red snapper that is a red snapper. The last red snapper that was sold in Beckway was, it was a dead set grouper for sure.
It's a red grouper.
Yeah, and he's like, you want a snapper? I was like, oh, okay. And he gave me the fish and I didn't think any more of it. Obviously we don't catch that many fish, so this is actually a snapper. Now, I haven't had a chance to vlog this yet, but I'm like 99.9% sure that there's somebody on Sandy Island with a friggin' assault rifle.
So we're a bit concerned.
So I'm not, like, I don't know what the gun laws are here, but I don't think assault rifles are commonplace. Considering they wanted to know if I had a spear gun on board, why would you possibly need? What could you possibly be doing over there? Anyway, so we're a little bit hesitant to go ashore. I don't think we won't. There's been people ashore all day and they've been there for a while. But what are they going to do? Turn us around?
Kill us?
Hardly.
No,
you go first.
Okay. Alright, we're all ready. I swear we take longer to get ready than parents with like 5 children.
We did just upload. It's upload day. So.
Yeah, it is upload day. We didn't choose a very good day for this. Okay, so come back because Adam forgot the lighter, so it wasn't going to be much of a barbecue without the lighter. And I think the sun might have already set too. The moon's up, moon and the sun at the same time.
It's very busy today on the island. There's like someone fancy here because as I said before, I saw someone rolling around with an assault rifle and like 3 boatloads of blokes, one of which was wearing a military uniform, which I'm pretty sure is illegal here unless you're in the armed forces.
Where is our boat?
Oh, our dinghy. Oh, good question. Where is our dinghy?
You parked it.
Where is it? Did you drag it up on the beach?
I did.
So we might be swimming home.
Yeah. I think we'll be okay.
We're not off to a great start.
We're not
We left the SD card out of the camera, so we're filming on the phone. We missed the sunset because I was collecting wood and Khiara had to go back to get the cigarette lighter. And at this rate,
You might give us a food poisoning
we
with
might
the
get
fish.
food poisoning with, yeah. Why do we feel, maybe we should come back again tomorrow night.
Yeah, I know. What have we got, Adam? What have we got?
Fire! Oil.
fish guide didn't come through, I bought this just to go true Aussie. I feel like you can't really go wrong with the simple ingredients, so let's put some lime juice, butter and garlic. And then lastly, cracking open the good stuff. I may have forgotten the bottle opener. Sound right? Yeah. Okay, so what do we also forget, ads?
In what's pretty much the worst fire cook-up, catch and cook episode anyone's ever made ever. We've got the bottle opener. We burnt the fish. It's not burnt, we burnt one side of the fish. We basically had to mollycoddle the fire the whole time. And now we've forgotten the forks with which to eat said fish. So we're sitting in the dark on the beach eating a tiny burnt fish with our hands.
What about my damper?
Oh, yeah, it's not still on the fire. We
Oh,
can eat it on the
thanks.
bread. We'll put the fish on the bread.
Yes.
It might be saved.
We were not saved.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
How's that?
I don't know, how is it?
Just this side.
I'm turning the camera off.
This
is
side's
ridiculous.
no good. But the other side.
After one more glorious night at Sandy, we moved back to Tyrrell Bay and knuckled down to do some editing.
After a lovely sail from St Bart's to Guadeloupe, with about 12 hours of motoring, the next morning...
Stop making noise! He's so annoying!
This is me reenacting what Khiara does to me when I'm doing my dubbing.
No, I don't! I'm so quiet. In fact, last time when Evan did it, I just stopped still and I was like, well, now I need to hold this position for about 5 minutes because he talks a lot. Go away.